second 2+2 ministerial dialogue meet was held between India and Australia in the national capital of Delhi. Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and Australian Deputy Prime Minister and Defence Minister Richard Marles had a bilateral meeting on Monday. The Ministry of External Affairs has issued a joint statement where they stated the key developments that were discussed during the meeting. The minister has discussed developments in the Indo-Pacific, Middle East and Ukraine. They also expressed deep concern over the war in Ukraine and its tragic humanitarian consequences. Ministers reiterated their support for durable peace in Ukraine. They underscored the growing impact of this war on global economic system and food security, with consequences predominantly affecting developing and least developed countries. Colonel Jay Sori, International Affairs expert, is joining us live. Colonel Sori, what do you believe has been the outcome of this meeting?
Jai Hind Uday, it's my honor to be on the news channel. The joint statement after the 2+2 ministerial level meeting between India and Australia, which has been released, has been well worded and well meant. It has spoken on three important global issues that the whole world is suffering today. The first is the prolonged and the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. The second is the Israel-Hamas war. And the third is the peace and prosperity that is needed in the Indo-Pacific region. Well, this joint statement also brings out that India and Australia have grossly benefited with each other after the strategic partnership deal was signed between the two countries. And lastly, Uday, another important point with this joint statement has highlighted is the growing tensions in Myanmar. We all remember that a few days back, the president of Myanmar has said in a statement that if the violence in Myanmar continues, Myanmar is on the verge of being split as a nation. So overall, in my view, this statement has been quite well worded, quite well meaning, and it yet again shows that India and Australia are on a strong and solid path of cooperation and to ensure that there is peace and prosperity in the whole world.
Colonel Sori, stay with us. We also have Sanjeev Srivastava, International Affairs expert, joining us at this point as well. Sanjeev, what do you believe has been top of the agenda in this meeting?
Well, I think first of all, very good morning to you. Good morning to Sodhi Saab and to all the viewers. This India-Australia relationship has seen regular, and a continuous upgradation, and this partnership is now a comprehensive strategic partnership, and this is getting stronger by the day. And during this India-US 2+2 strategic dialogue, both the nations have given a complete review of this relationship and how to enhance this further, what kind of steps could be taken, what are the various challenges and opportunities are there. Both the sides have discussed. Obviously, this relationship is based on our shared democratic values, our shared interest, shared opportunities and shared challenges, and the kind of scenarios which are emerging in the Indo-Pacific region in particular and elsewhere in the world, whether it is related to Russia-Ukraine war or the Israel-Hamas war in the Middle East region. All of those issues have come under discussion. On bilateral side, Uday, already India-Australia have signed comprehensive economic and trade agreement, and that has been activated. But now both the nations are also negotiating a comprehensive economic cooperation agreement. And if that happens, then this our bilateral economic cooperation will be further strengthened. And here I'd like to highlight that Australia is very rich in the critical rare earth materials, and if that rare earth materials are exported to India in a big number, then it will help us in our electric vehicles, and that will make our cities pollution free whenever you see more electric vehicles coming on our roads. So on Australia, there is a lot of enormous possibility with regard to our economic cooperation. But yes, Indo-Pacific region has been a matter of a serious deliberation between the two sides, and how India and Australia can collaborate further to maintain and strengthen the democratic rules-based order of the Indo-Pacific region. That is one of the prime focus of this meeting has been. But yes, certainly the issues related to Israel-Hamas war has come under discussion. And if you look at our External Affairs Minister Shri Jaisankar's remark about this Israel-Hamas war, and he has made his India's position very consistent and clear when he was addressing the joint press conference with Minister Wong, saying that we want to see de-escalation happening in the Middle East region, but also we want to see a kind of a victory of Israel against terrorism. And hostage crisis must also be resolved. There should also not be any regional escalation of this conflict. So India's position on the Israel-Hamas war has been, consistent and clear, and that has been, endorsed by his Australian counterpart, Minister Wong. And I think overall, if you look at the outcome of this, India-Australia 2+2 strategic dialogue, it has been very, very robust. Yes, last point, but not the least, with regard to our defense cooperation, that is also happening. If you look at the Malabar exercise, which has now taken a shape of a quadrilateral exercise, which happened recently in Sydney, and now I think both the nations, they are not only collaborating through Quad, but they are collaborating through various other multilateral, defense arrangements, such as Malabar siege exercise and several other exercises that both the nations are planning to do. So I think if you look at the overall relationship, it is a consequential relationship. It will ensure a democratic rules-based order in the Indo-Pacific region and beyond, and the future of this partnership is very, very bright.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.